Well, hello guys, I'm back. Alright, now, as you can see, we got the long tom here. Now, in the last video, I explained to you guys how they did a long tom operation. Like I said, they were after quantity, not quality. Alright? So, anyways, when they were running these long toms, how they would shut these long toms down is right here. They would have a gate. So when this one would start getting full, what they do is they close a gate door. And I have part of one right here for you guys. Here's the strap for it. And you see how the blacksmith pounded the nails in. Here is a gate door. Alright, this is a really neat piece of history right here. It's made out of old riveted flume pipe. Okay? And then if you look right here, here's for the gate door. Alright? And they have 4 hand pounded in. They look like bullet holes, but they're not. They're hand pounded in because the way they'd have a lever on here to pull the gate door, to shut the gate door off, okay? So that's a really cool piece of history. So if you guys ever see something like this up there, that's probably a flume pipe. They're made out, a gate door, all right? And they made them out of several other things. All right. I also have another neat piece of history too. Sorry, I'm stepping out of frame. Here's a really neat old guy. Now, I'm going to give you a little history on this. This is a classifier, all right? And this was actually out of a rocker. What's really neat about this one, see the square holes? They did that with a square nail. Very old, 1880s, right around there. So, if you see stuff like that, us miners, we're always making stuff that what we have, we make, all right? All right, so how can you tell if it's a long tom area? Even though the long tom's good, gone, rotted away, bonito, gone. All right? I think I pronounced that right. Okay. Well, long toms are real easy to usually identify where their area is. At the end of the long tom, you will find big, huge boulders. Okay? And they're usually pretty clean. You'll find a pile of boulders. All right? At the end of what looks like a ditch. Or it's all flat area. Okay? But there's piles every so often. We're going to discuss those piles here in a second. So, you get down here, and you see a big pile of washed rock. Most of the time, that's from a long tom. Now, in between, you'll find stacked rock. Okay? So what you'll find is a pile of stacked rocks, flat spot, pile of rocks, flat spot, pile of rocks, flat spot, pile of rocks. Okay, these are the pile of rocks. Okay? So there you go. So when you're looking at this, you'll see a flat spot. That's indication of a long tom. At the end of a long tom, you're going to find big rocks. Usually they're big. Okay? In between these areas, you're going to find stacked rock. Okay? Gobbed up. Some of them have walls and all that shit. This is an indication of a long tom. And like I said, as they mine, they move it up. Or, if it's a narrow channel, they'd leave the long tom there, and they'd mine this way. And sometimes that's what they'll do too. But it's always, even if this is just a water flume and they have sluice, they'll do the same exact things. So where you're going to find gold? You're going to find gold right here. You'll also, now here's where your head's going, okay? You're going to find gold here. Not all the time, sometimes. Now some of you are going, well, duh, Robert, they put it over the top of gold bar and dirt, they're going to find gold. No, they classified it, okay? What are those long toms made out of? They're made out of boards. How did they make a long tom? Let me clear off this board. How they made a long tom was, they have a board. They'd have another board. And I'd say it's a pretty wide one, okay? So they're going to have another board. Okay, on the back side of this board, underneath, so if we're looking at, we got plank, plank, plank. They're going to run a board under here, just like that. It'll stick out a little ways. Okay, so that's this guy right here. And they'll have multiple because they want to keep it as stiff as possible, okay? So you got to realize that. So now, where they have these sticking out, they'll go up. And a lot of times these stuck out like this, you guys, because they had a brace that came down. All right? So they're bracing that. Why are they bracing that? It looks just like a water flume. It's going up just like this. And bracing out. Then they come in here with boards. Okay? So this is all planked in. Well, what happens if a knot, you got a knot in a piece of wood, knot falls out? All of a sudden that water in that's pushing material, pay dirt, down that knot hole. And they'll actually build up and plug up. Or rock it in there just right and plugs it up. Now they use felt and all sorts of other stuff to catch finer gold. If they were worried about it, some companies didn't. They're like, yeah, fuck it, corduroy, stuff like that. So your gold's going to drop right here. So anytime I'm out metal detecting and I get where there's a long tom, you guys, I'll get right in the center of that. Yeah, you're going to find a lot of frickin' nails, trust me. But I'll get into the center of that and I'll start going. And a lot of times I find really good gold where the sluice boxes are. Usually they take corduroy or felt and that put down. But some of them didn't even do that. Guess where that gold was working its way down? Through the seams of the lumber when they were butted together. Because a lot of them didn't do a tongue groove or anything like that. They just slapped what they had, boards. So, anyways, I'm stop this video right here. And we're going to get on riffles. So, anyways, let me clean off the board. I'll fire her back up and we'll talk about riffles. All right, bye-bye.